everyone. I'm going to do a little bit of a kind of a Maryland folklore video tonight. It is really late at night right now. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't sleep. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go out and do this video real quick. I am at Arundel Mills Mall, which is located in Maryland. Now, back in 2000, when the mall was being built, this incredible story occurred here. And I'm going to show you some of the spots. I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything, but we're going to be talking about Bigfoot. And yes, Arundel Mills Mall has a Bigfoot story, and it's insane. August 1st, 2001, they put out this article, which basically was titled, Policemen Workers Track Roaming 12-Foot Creature. And this sensational statement referred to an Anne Arundel County police report filed by two men working on the construction site of the 400-plus acre Arundel Mills Mall. The commotion centered around bricklayers Jerry Workman and Chuck Vance, who began work at the Arundel Mills construction site on advice from their union. On Sunday, July 30th, 2000, just before midnight, they were preparing to bed down in their van. Since they were short on cash and had not yet been paid, they obtained permission to sleep on the construction site. They parked their vehicle near the construction site's southern perimeter, which is where we are right now. At approximately 12:30, now Monday, July 31st, Jerry decided to take a quick bathroom break as their van was parked within a few yards of a spot-a-pot. Upon exiting the rear doors of the van, Jerry claims to have startled a huge, fur-covered animal that was located about 50 yards away. He yelled to get Chuck's attention. The men watched what they described as a 12-foot-tall, fur-covered animal with glowing red eyes run swiftly towards the western perimeter of the construction site. They said as it ran on two legs, hunched over, with hands that hung to its knees. As it fled, they claimed it bounded atop a 15-foot-tall mound of earth in one jump, proceeded in the direction of a flood drainage pond, and quickly vanished within the forest on the site's western edge. Now, they're not mentioning that there were actually three men in that van. All three of them were from West Virginia. They had driven here to work. They had not gotten paid. They didn't have the gas to get home, so they were told, you can sleep in your van on the site. Now, they left. They were terrified. They left. This road over here is where you would drive in and out of the construction site. They went down this road to a nearby restaurant and called the police. The police came to the restaurant to meet them, and the police had to convince them to go back to the construction site to show them where they had seen this animal. The third man absolutely declined. He said, I'm not going back. There's no way. All three of them were actually quite terrified, according to the police report. So the men went back to the construction site, showed the police where they had seen this creature. They got back in their van and they left. The police decided to stick around here and look around. So as the police drove around with their spotlight, they came to this drainage pond, which is right in front of us, actually. And on the bank of this drainage pond, right over here, was a very large furry animal laying on the ground. And as they shined their light on it, it looked over at them. And the officers said that it had two glowing red, inhuman eyes. They kept their light on this creature. It would not move. They honked their horn. They did everything else. They switched their light off. At that point, the creature got up and went into the woods. So the story just got a little bit of local press. But one of my friends was actually working here on this construction site at Arundel Mills Mall. And he told me that these two men who had seen this creature recounted this story to a bunch of very dismissive people who just kind of laughed it off and said, oh, it was a bear. So he said on his lunch break, he got in his car and rode over to where they had seen this thing. And he walked around the wood line and saw giant footprints. He said they looked like giant human footprints. Now, he in no way was a believer in Bigfoot, and he assumed that someone had put these tracks there to add credence to the story. But he did say that the two men who told this story seemed very, very sincere and were legit scared and would not stay here past dark. They would get the hell out of here. Mall officials and the local authorities decided to have someone from the DNR come here and do an investigation. The DNR concluded it was probably a bear. The two men who had seen it said there is no way it was a bear. We have hunted in West Virginia since we were kids. We have never seen a bear like this. So over here is Walmart. There's Maryland Live. And directly behind Maryland Live is the Arundel Mills Mall. I'm over here in the Men's Warehouse parking lot. There's an Exxon station across the street. And here is the drainage pond where the police officers shined their spotlight and saw a creature sitting on the shore. So this creature was laying down, they said. It looked towards the spotlight. The officer said it had red, inhuman eyes. They kept honking their horn, trying to make noise to get it to move. It would not move. They turned their light off, and whatever this thing was got up and went into these woods. All this garbage. Now the thing is, you have these woods here, and there is honestly not even that much woods left back here, because just if we walked about 500 yards, we'd be in the backyard of someone's house. So this section of woods is pretty much the only thing left from that whole story. Now, whatever it was that was laying on the bank of that drainage pond would have walked through right here, because the edge of the pond, the little hill, is right over this hump right here. So it would have gone back here. Now picture this place back in the day when it was nothing but beautiful woods like this. This whole place was very rural. Whoops. Uh-oh. This is definite Bigfoot activity. Look, it's a tree break. Definitely from a Sasquatch. That is pretty. That's a nice still shot for the video, actually. Clunk. And just to get an idea of why does it look like there's somebody over there? Not a Bigfoot, but an actual person wearing a red shirt. I really am not in the mood tonight. Oh, see, two red eyes. See that? There he is. He's here. He knows. Oh, his eyes just turned green. Now listen, everyone. I'm not trying to make you believe in Bigfoot. This is a Maryland folklore kind of urban legend story. So it's something that I'm really interested in. Do I believe in Bigfoot? I'd really like to believe in it. I need to see one. If I can see one, then I'll believe in it. But until that day comes, I don't know. I don't know. I want to keep an open mind about it, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Watch me run into him behind a PetSmart or something. That would be, wouldn't that be great? I'm sure at some point there must have been some houses back here maybe. Because I can definitely see there's some driveways. But probably what the idea is that eventually this will be developed. And I'm sure that is presently in the works. And this is the turnaround area right here. And you've got the train tracks there. So I guess at one time, back in the day, you probably drove over those train tracks. But again, this is all that Piney Run corridor. Get a look at this stream down here. Wouldn't it be fun to see two glowing red eyes? That would make my morning. I think this stream is important to migration of fish during mating season, so I think that's why they didn't build in this area. I may be wrong though, but I do think this is a migration stream. Now here you could definitely drive back there, but I'm not doing it on my own. I need somebody with me, because if I break down, not break down, but if I get stuck or something, I'm going to be terrified. But I wonder how far, that can't go that far. It really can't. Big open field. So I guess this area would be, is probably going to be developed at some point, but I can guarantee you that at some point houses were sitting here. Because look, see? You can see how they paved it. There used to be houses here. They just tore them all down. The state probably bought them. Or this could already be owned by a developer. Who knows? You can see right across the street here from the opening of this old Stony Run Road that they have torn out the woods there and are building something. probably homes. Could be, well, it could be also new industrial park or distribution center. But there is tons of sprawl here. It's just ugly neighborhoods and nondescript looking buildings. Everything's very bland and convenient, which is the way people like it. Bland and convenient. So here we are. This is Dykus Mill Road, which runs through the Severn Run Wildlife Management Area. And there is a, oh, there's a deer. There is a small stream or creek, again, that has fish migration. I believe they're trout, if I'm not mistaken. And the bridge is right here that goes over the creek. And I'm going to pull off here and share a little story. Let's pull off right here. So, on the BFRO website, which stands for the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, I think, they were the people that were on that show Finding Bigfoot. One of their investigators claimed, and I believe this was from 2008, that they pulled off right here where we are, and I'm sorry I don't have any light. Let me see if I can find a flashlight. Hold on. It is pretty creepy out here, to be honest with you. There's somebody's shoes up there. The investigator claims that they were on the side of this road looking into the swamp, or, I mean, whatever you would call this. It's kind of like a wetland. I'm assuming maybe it was right here. I don't remember what time of year it was, but if it was this time of year, you would not be able to see back here 150 yards. That's what the investigator claims, that they had seen or witnessed a Bigfoot creature who was standing right back here off the road somewhere. And I don't see him tonight. Yeah, this is Severn Run right here. And to be perfectly honest, I have always found this area to be kind of eerie. But this is not the only Bigfoot story I have heard out of here. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know, with the size of this management area, if a giant creature could survive here, although I believe that most likely they could move back and forth between here, Arundel Mills, Piney Run, and then down to the Patuxent Wildlife Refuge. Some kind of animal noise. Probably a frog. 150 yards. I just, that's a long way back. So I don't know if it was during the summer. If it was in the summer, there's no way. If it was in the winter, maybe. But he claims he saw a Bigfoot hiding behind a bush. 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 And every once in a while peering over at him while cars were driving by, which seems pretty insane. But maybe he saw it over here. Maybe. A little more of a I don't know what that was. I think that about does it for tonight. You can go to patreon.com/thisisdanbell to hear my podcasts and see exclusive content, and you can also buy print at thisisdanbell.com. Support the cause, or just follow me at thisisdanbell on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye. There he is.